I'm Chantal Roberts, and I'm a nationally recognized insurance thought leader regarding claims handling practices and procedures. Today on The Art of Adjusting, we're discussing the duties of the insured. In a policy, there is a section called conditions. This section will usually have the circumstances of what will need to take place for the policy or the insurer to pay a claim. There is a section in the conditions called duties in the event of a loss, and it's specifically for the insureds. The duties are a list of things the insured must do in order for a policy to respond. For example, if there is a theft claim, the insured must file a police report. The insured also needs to protect the property from further loss. That's one of his duties. This means that the insured can't just throw up his hands and say, I've got insurance, I'm not going to deal with it anymore, I'm going to wait till the adjuster gets here. So, for an example, if a tornado came through and you had a hole put in your roof and there was water, rainwater coming in from the roof damage or whatever, you need to get that covered, you as the insured. Now, I'm not saying that the insured himself or herself have to get up there on the roof, but you need to do something to get the roof covered to protect your inside of the house and to prevent further damages. If that is hiring a contractor to come put a tarp on the roof, then that's what needs to be done. Now, a lot of insureds are saying, I don't want to do that because I'm worried that the insurer won't pay for the contractor to come out and put a tarp on your roof. I would ask you, what would you do if you didn't have insurance? You would still want to stop the rain from coming into your house until you can get a roofer out there to fix your roof. So you have to take care of your property, even though you have insurance. An insured has to allow an inspection. So it seems kind of like a contradiction of what I just said earlier, because I just said, hey, you got to protect the property from being more damaged and put a tarp on something like that. But note, I didn't say you need to fix or repair the property yet, because the insurer, the carrier, your adjuster has to come out and take a look at the roof, for example. Have the roofer come out, put a tarp over it, take some photographs before the tarp goes on the roof so that the adjuster can see what kind of damages we're looking at, but then put a tarp on it and call your adjuster. If you have a burst pipe, for example, you shut off the water. You take some photos of the damages, and then you send those to the adjuster right away before you take the mitigating steps to protect your property. The insured has to cooperate with the investigation. Again, can't just throw up the hands and walk away. You may need to help the adjuster fill out the contents worksheet. For example, if all of your contents got wet because of the hole in the roof or the burst pipe, maybe you need to be present to open the house for an inspection or an appraisal. You may need to give a list of the damaged items, but this is a two-way street here, and I've discussed it before. The insured has a duty to, quote the policy, prepare an inventory of damaged personal property, end quote. But that doesn't mean the insured has to do it all alone. The adjuster should help with this, as it could be very overwhelming for a layperson to fill out a contents worksheet. The policy also states that if the insurer asks for a proof of loss within 60 days after our request, the insured has to provide one. Now, some insurers don't require it, but some do. So if a proof of loss is required, it needs to be signed and notarized, signed by all the insureds and notarized. And finally, I'm going to briefly mention an examination under oath, which is an EUO, examination under oath. This is usually done in the presence of an attorney, defense counsel for the carrier. And it's usually done for claims where there's some kind of suspicion, or if the insurer needs more information and needs to dig a little bit deeper. So this week, I talked about the insured's duties in a claim, and next week, we'll go over the insurer's, the carrier's duties. Every claim is different, and every insurer has different protocols for handling losses. However, this being in the litigated world we're in, see below for some legalese. Few claims go to a jury trial, and picking the expert who has been deposed the most or who's gone to trial the most may not be the correct expert. Failing to have a second set of eyes on the claim in order to save some expenses isn't always the best way to resolve a loss. As an expert witness and a former claims adjuster, I am sharing my experiences in the art of adjusting. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time.